Hey everyone, it is Travis Lima here from Paid Memberships Pro. Thank you very much for joining me on today's webinar episode. Now, just real quick, I want to let you know that this is a recording. So I recently recorded this episode mainly because I am the only one on the episode for today. So I wanted to make sure that I have your full attention if any comments come through during the live premiere of this episode. So don't worry, I am around, but I'm not going to be live answering questions like we've done previously. But if you are around and you send through a comment or a question, I'll be answering through the text side of the live chat. So please go ahead and say hello if you are around. So in today's episode, I am going to be covering the basics of setting up a membership site with Paid Memberships Pro. Now, we have a couple of videos on our channel and on our website that cover the initial setup of Paid Memberships Pro, but I thought it would be nice to do a webinar episode on this specific topic because in the last few months, we have gained a lot of new members, and our plugin installs have recently reached 100,000 or over 100,000 active installs. So if you are a subscriber to our channel, you might have noticed that we have done a fun little video to celebrate that. If not, go ahead and check out our channel for more information on that video. It was a lot of fun filming it, and you will get a little bit of a glimpse into our Paid Memberships Pro team. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoy that. So in today's video, what I'm basically going to do is starting from scratch. I have my screen set up here in front of me, and I'm going to set up a website, a WordPress website, very basic one. And I'm going to install Paid Memberships Pro, and I'm going to go through the basic setup process. So for those of you watching at the moment, I am not going to be working on a live production site. I am going to rather set up a development website that we can, tinker around with. If you don't know what this is, then I suggest you head over to, I'm just going to open up Chrome real quick. And if you go to local by Flywheel, over here, let's go over here to local. So it's localwp.com. You can essentially download for free a WordPress local environment or development tool that you can build websites on. So this is a great way if you want to tinker around with WordPress and Paid Memberships Pro to, get a membership site working before you actually transfer it to a live production site. This is what we use if we are doing a lot of troubleshooting and even tutorial videos. I never really work on a live production site. Instead, I go ahead and create a website. As you can see over here, I've got a bunch that are already installed, and then I will record our videos using this tool. It's great and it is free. So if you want to go ahead and check this out, it's also really easy to use. So if you are even just getting started with WordPress, I'd highly recommend downloading this, tinkering around, and you never have to worry about, breaking your live production site. So I'm actually going to keep my browser open. I'll just minimize that because I'm probably going to be using that from time to time. So like I said, I'm going to start way from the beginning, so just bear with me. And so over here, I have my local by Flywheel already set up. And I'm going to go ahead and name my website name to PMPro. I'm just going to call it setup. Okay, great. So PMPro setup is ready to go. And as you can see, I can view the admin side of the website or the sort of front end of the site. Let us go to the front end just so you can see what we are working with. You can also see that we have a little bit of a strange URL up here. Let me go ahead and maybe make that full screen for you. So you can see we've got a bit of a strange URL. You don't have to worry about that, but as you can see, we've got a pretty standard WordPress website set up here with a default WordPress theme. So what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to just log into the back end of this site. And my test password was admin. Again, please don't use admin for your website credentials. It's very dangerous. Even Chrome is giving me a hard time saying like, hey, you should really change your password because hackers are going to infiltrate your site. Okay, so first things first, we have our website I'm just going to open that in a new tab. So we have our website. It's basically ready to go. And what I am going to do first is I'm going to install Paid Memberships Pro. Now, the quickest way that I find to do this is just head over to plugins and then select add new. And we're basically going to search for up here in the search plugins field. We're just going to search for Paid Memberships Pro. And that should take a minute before we see Paid Memberships Pro. And as you can see over here, we have our core plugin. And I'm just going to go and click on the install now. And all of these green square thumbnails are our Paid Memberships Pro add-ons that are available for free to use on the WordPress repository. So while this installs, I can just show you, we have our WooCommerce add-on that's popped up, Register Helper, BuddyPress. This is not ours. Paid Memberships Pro, Infusionsoft. So there's a few that you will see. They all look the same with a green square thumbnail. Great. So Paid Memberships Pro is installed and I'm going to go ahead and activate it. Fantastic. So as soon as you activate Paid Memberships Pro, you'll notice that you get redirected to the Paid Memberships Pro membership dashboard. Now, an option will appear in your admin toolbar over here or your menu, and you will see the word memberships appear. And so this is Paid Memberships Pro. So once everything's installed, you'll see memberships over here and memberships over here in the top bar, and you can access all of these options right from your WordPress dashboard. Let me just talk about the WordPress dashboard for a minute. This is kind of like your control center, your home base. And from here, you can access all of the settings that you need to set up, configure, and even manage Paid Memberships Pro. So just head over to Memberships Dashboard if you are ever in a pinch, and you can probably find where you need to go from here. So the membership dashboard, aside from its settings, it has a bunch of reports and features that can give you a very good overview of how your site is doing. So at the moment, I don't have any sales or membership stats, but as time goes on, these will be filled out and you'll be able to get a much better idea of how your site is doing, whether it be from a revenue perspective or a membership sign-up perspective. So that's great. Keep an eye out for that. We also have a Paid Memberships Pro news and updates widget over here. And these are some of our blog posts that have recently been published. And if you want, you can just stay up to date with how Paid Memberships Pro is doing. This was our most recent tooltip. So if you go ahead and click on that, it will basically redirect you to our website. And here you can read up more on the blog post that was recently published. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit back. And that should take me back to my PMPro dashboard. So let's dive right in. I don't have a support license on this. So this is going to be as if a free member was using Paid Memberships Pro. And I hope I can illustrate to you the power of the core Paid Memberships Pro plugin. A lot of people think that you actually need a support license to get started with Paid Memberships Pro. And that is simply not the case. PMPro, in the sort of, I'm using the term free and premium version just to make it to make it a little bit easier to understand. But essentially, Paid Memberships Pro is completely free. You can use it from start to finish and start getting paid with your membership site without the need for a support license. So hopefully I can demonstrate this here. But if you do need to upgrade and you want to go about doing that, you can just go ahead and click on the upgrade button, and then the rest will be sorted out for you. So I'm going to get started by creating a membership level over here, and I'm going to call this my pro level. I'm just going to call it pro. And for my description, I'm going to say, this is my premium membership level. Confirmation message is what you can add. This will appear on the confirmation page, as well as if you want to send a confirmation email. This just lets our members know that everything went through correctly and they actually have an official level with you. So I'm just going to say thank you for signing up. Okay, so billing details. Let us charge for this level since it is a pro level. So I'm going to create a $50 per month fee. So what I want to do is select $50 initial payment. And this is the initial amount that is collected at registration. So because I clicked on the recurring subscription checkbox, it opened up a few other options for me, which allows me to sort of like design a subscription that suits me. So in this case, I want my billing amount to be $50, and it's going to go off once per month. So it's going to charge the client once every month. Now, the initial payment, this is at registration. This is what the user will pay. So if you have a fee that you want to charge upfront and then it falls back to a lower or higher sort of subscription fee, you can do that here by simply just adjusting this. Say, for example, I want to charge an initial fee of $150 right up front and then fall back to a $50 per month sort of subscription. You can do that. So you can charge a different amount upfront versus sort of an ongoing basis. I'm not going to do that for this. So I just want to keep mine at $50 sort of per month. So that's how I will set this up. I'm not going to worry about a billing cycle or a custom trial. And because I am offering a recurring subscription, then I don't really need the sort of the membership to expire. So, but if you want, you can go ahead and click that to create an expiration. But even the warning that comes up over here is just basically saying, if you have a recurring billing, you don't really need to set a membership expiration. Paid Memberships Pro actually allows you to offer members the ability to cancel their membership at any time. So once that is done, I'm just going to go ahead and save my level. And as you can see over here, we have a very first membership level set up. It's got an ID of 1. It's called Pro, and our billing is $50 per month. There's no expiration, and yes, it does allow signups. So if you want, you can actually head over back to your dashboard. I just wanted to show you this. So the initial setup started off with set up a membership level. It now says view membership levels. So you can actually go ahead and view the page that I was just on and actually add or edit certain levels. But now if you want, we can just go ahead and click on the next step, which is generate membership pages. So now we are on the settings tab and the paging sub option. And now this is prompting us to set up our Paid Memberships Pro membership pages. So I'm going to go ahead and say generate pages for me. You can manually create these, but we like to recommend at least generating the pages up front, and then you can always edit them as you need. So as a quick glance over here, Paid Memberships Pro has already set up a variety of pages for us, and it has assigned it to the specific page. So what I mean by that is on the account page, as you can see over here, Paid Memberships Pro has gone and created a membership account page and assigned it over here. So if you want to go and create a page of your own, you can, and then you can just, add or assign the sample page to the account page. So that means that if anyone tries to access your account page, they will go to this sample page. Just wanted to make that clear a bit. I'm going to change it back to our membership account page. If you just want to get started with Paid Memberships Pro, then this is almost all you need to do as a starting point. So I'm just going to go ahead and save my changes. And once that is, oh, it did save. I didn't even see that. Sorry. And so once that is done, the next step is to set up our payment gateway. So let me go to our payment gateway and SSL. Now, for this demonstration, I'm going to leave my payment gateway on testing only because I don't have an actual payment gateway to test this out with. But if you want, what you can do is you can click on this field and you can go ahead and choose a payment gateway that will work for you. We generally recommend using Stripe and PayPal Express. And if you want, you can use an add-on of ours called Add PayPal Express to Checkout. And this will allow you to offer these two payment gateways to your members on the same checkout page at the same time. So whether someone wants to use a credit card and purchase a membership using Stripe, or if they have a PayPal account and they would prefer to process a payment through PayPal, they can do that. And so you can have those two options. So if you want, go ahead and check out Add PayPal Express to Checkout on our PMPro add-on page, and then that's how you can do that. So if you, to illustrate this, if you go ahead and select Stripe or PayPal, you'll notice that a bunch of different options go and open up. So these options are relative to the kind of payment gateway that you choose. So in this case, Stripe, you are required to set up a publishable key, a secret key, and then you will be prompted to create a webhook. Now, if you have any questions on how to do these, just refer back to paidmembershipspro.com. We have a gateways. Let me open it up over here. So let me just go Paid Memberships Pro. We have a lot of documentation on this. So if you want, you can go to our gateways tab. And then if you go to, say, Stripe, it will open up our documentation, and this is exactly where you can see all the information that you need to get to basically set up the gateway. So you can just go to gateway setup, and here it is over here. We've even got a video demo that you can view how to set up your webhook. It's a relatively new feature that we've added into PMPro. So check that out if you need to, and let me go back to my site. So as I said, depending on what you choose is what will appear, and then you can go ahead and just enter these details. If you are unsure with where to get, in this instance, like a PayPal API username and the password, chances are you just need to go to your PayPal account and then actually get this information and then bring it back to the site. Once you are fully ready to go, and even if this was a production site, I'd highly recommend that you try your gateway environment in sandbox or testing and then do a test checkout. But if you are happy and everything is working perfectly, you just want to go ahead and flip this over to live or production. And now that will mean that you can actually start accepting payments. So again, for this, I'm just going to set mine to testing only. I'm going to leave it on sandbox testing. If you want, you can go ahead and change your currency. I'm going to leave mine as US dollars for now, but we have a bunch of currencies that you can select. And these are the credit card types, all of that. If you are in the States, you can set a sales tax. This is optional. We always have a disclaimer to just check in with a sort of tax practitioner or accountant or whoever is doing your taxes, just to make sure that you comply with your specific states, etc. So just go ahead and check in with a tax practitioner if you need. SSL, this is where you can enter your SSL seal code. We recommend to keep it on yes over here, but I don't need to fill this in. If you need some help with SSL settings specifically, get in touch with us. You can receive a free SSL certificate, basically from your web host or let'sencrypt.com. I think it's let'sencrypt.com. If you go to let'sencrypt.org, you can go ahead and actually apply to get a free tax, not a tax certificate, a free SSL certificate, and then you can go ahead and add this to your site. Highly recommended that you should do it. There's a couple of links that you can go and click on. As you see here, it says your SSL certificate must be installed by your web host. So just get them to do that, and then you are good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and save my settings over here. And that, in a nutshell, is more or less what you need to get started. But if you want to take things a little bit further, you can go to your email tab. And this is where you can go ahead and actually enter your from email address, the from name. So as you can see, mine is just pulling the data from my website. And this is what's going to show up if a email goes out to a member. So I'm just going to set mine to Travis Lima, and I'm going to leave my email address the same there because this is just a test. And you have a couple of options. If you only want to filter PMPro emails, you can do that. A lot of this is options that you can do at a later stage. So I am going to not worry too much about editing all of this. I want to get to the meat and potatoes of actually setting up a couple of posts and maybe restricting them so you can see how that works. So I'm just going to go ahead and save my changes over here. And then lastly, on the advanced settings section, this is where you can do a couple of things with your membership site. Certain things like you can block all users with a subscriber role from accessing the dashboard. You can do the same with the WordPress toolbar. You can edit the message that is going to be shown for logged in non-members or logged out users. So this can just prompt those users to, hey, this is a restricted blog post. You need to either log in or sign up to access it, or whatever the case may be. One thing that I feel is relatively important to know about is the content settings. So sometimes when you restrict a blog post in Paid Memberships Pro, it disappears for anyone who doesn't have a membership level that can view that blog post. So this setting is where you want to go and just make sure this is turned on, depending how you want to do it. If you want to hide content from any and all non-members, then you want to go filter searches and archives, and then you will see here it says yes, only members will see restricted posts and pages. So if you don't want this to be on, then you have to say no, non-members will see restricted posts and pages in searches. And that basically means that they will be able to see it, but they won't be able to access it without an account. So it's just important to remember that. I'm going to leave mine on yes. So this is the default settings. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a post now. We're going to restrict it, and then you'll see what I mean in a bit. The same is true for show excerpts to non-members. We're going to leave that no, let's hide excerpts for now, and I'll come back to this in a moment, and then we can go from there. The advanced settings, again, are advanced settings, so you might not need to sort of visit this page just yet, but just keep in mind that it is there if you need it, and just reach out to us if you need any help with getting set up over here. The last things that I can show you on the dashboard is our add-ons tab over here. This allows you to basically install or download various add-ons. Some are free to use and some are part of our Plus license. Those you'll be able to access from this dashboard if you have a Plus license. Alternatively, you can get them on github.com. I did make mention that Paid Memberships Pro is completely free, which means that all of our code is open source and it's available for download on github.com. A Plus license will give you access to our premium support, our premium content on our website, and give you the ability to install and do automatic updates of our Plus add-ons right from your WordPress dashboard. So those are the takeaways over there. And if you do have a license, you can go ahead and click on this license tab, and you can just go and enter it here and validate it. You can also buy a Plus license if you want straight from here. So that's what you can do. Great. So let me just have a quick look at the front end. So as you can see, I can manage my pages view. So everything is more or less set up. Let's go ahead and create a post and restrict it. So let me maybe go to my Paid Memberships Pro blog, and I just want to copy a little bit of information from a blog post and create a dummy post for us. So let's go over to this re-engaging past members to win them back blog post. And let's just go and copy some information over here. I'm going to close this for the moment. Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy this title. And I'm just going to paste that in. And I am going to copy the introduction. I'm just going to paste that in over there. And let's go ahead and create a separator. Why not? And I will copy this image. I'll paste it over there. I love how Gutenberg works with the copy and paste functionality. And then the last thing, I guess I can just take this bit of information over here and let's make a paragraph, paste that in, and there we go. So let's go ahead and publish this. And now I am going to view this post. And there we have it. So now we have a demo post. And let's say that we actually want to restrict this. So how do we do that? Great. So all we need to do is go back to edit post. And over on the right-hand side over here in these document settings, you'll notice that require membership has appeared. So this require membership is a Paid Memberships Pro feature. And if we want, we can go ahead and just click on Pro. And now if you remember, I created the Pro membership level. And so this is why it is appearing over here. If you have multiple levels, these will appear over here. And then you can just go ahead and check them as you need. So by checking this, this will mean that a user needs the Pro membership level in order to view this post. So if you go and you have multiple memberships, say you have a free and a Pro membership level and you tick both, that means that either a free or a Pro member will be able to view this post. If we uncheck it, then that means this is free to view for any and everybody. It's sort of like if you have a membership level or not, you can view this. So for this example, I'm going to click Require Membership Pro. I'm going to update it. Let's go ahead and view the post. All right, so as you can see over here, the post has been restricted and I can see the title of the post, but I am unable to view the actual content. And now this message has popped up. This content is for Pro members only. So Paid Memberships Pro is working, it's doing its job. And even myself as the admin, I don't have a membership level. I haven't got signed up for one, and that's why I can't even view the post. So if you, as an admin, want to change this, you can just go ahead and edit your profile. And if you scroll down on your profile page, you can see here it says membership level settings. It says non-paying because I haven't purchased anything, but I can go ahead and assign a current membership level to me if I want to access those posts and not have to actually sign up for a level. Okay, I'm going to go back to my site now. And let's see if I can, as you can see, the recent posts, it doesn't actually show up as the re-engaging post that we just added. And that could be that setting in the advanced settings section that you might want to add. Let me see what would happen if I do go and add that real quick. So if I go to my advanced settings section and I say filter searches and archives, I set this to no. Non-members will see restricted posts and pages. And let's turn excerpts on. Let's just see what that will look like over here. So I'm going to save my settings. I'm going to head over back to my homepage and I'm just going to say refresh. And there we can see that we actually can view this now somewhat. And you can see the excerpt is showing, but that's all that is showing. Let's see what happens when I click on it. So as you can see now, I can find this post a lot more easier as a non-member. I can view an excerpt and I can go ahead and join to view this post. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that for this example. Let's say that I am a user. I viewed this page. I think it's great. This is such an informative website. I want to become a member. Let me go ahead and join now. And then I am redirected to the membership levels page. Excuse one second over here. You can see under recent posts. I don't know if you remember, but we could only see hello world. Now this search or this archive is showing us that under the recent posts, we have a re-engaging blog post that wasn't there before. And since I turned that setting on in the advanced settings, it's now appearing. Anyway, I digress. So I want to sign up for the pro level. I'm going to go ahead and select it. And I am now, I wanted to say transported, but I was redirected to the membership checkout page. Over here, we get a little bit of information. As you can see, it says here, you have selected the pro membership level. This is my premium membership level. That was the description, if you recall, that I wrote. And the price for membership is now $50 per month. It's also making mention that I am logged in as admin, just in case I need to know about that. And a little sign is coming up that I need to set up a payment gateway before payments will actually be processed. Again, I'm on the testing one. So if you are using Stripe or PayPal Express, you shouldn't see this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and enter in my first name and last name, just as if I was a member looking to check out. I don't know if you knew this, but I live at 123 Test Avenue. The city is example. My state, I'm not going to fill that in. Sure, my postal code is 1234. I really have a strange contact details, don't I? Email address stays the same. And now this, because it is a test payment, I can almost enter anything that I want in here. So this doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead, submit and check out. And now we are transported or redirected back to our membership confirmation page. Now, all of these pages that you have been seeing, the membership level, the membership checkout, the membership confirmation, all of those have been generated for us by Paid Memberships Pro in the second step that I showed you on actually setting up your PMPro membership pages. So this is actually what they are. These are the pages that have been created. So as you can see, in a relatively short amount of time, you can already build a working membership site and start getting paid, in relatively no time at all. I would say that the biggest step would be creating the membership level and setting up your payment gateway, and then you're sort of ready to go. That's like a bit of a blanket statement, of course, because there are a lot of things you can do. But what's nice with this is that you can start a membership site and then grow as you need it to. Great. So this is our confirmation page. As you can see, it says here, thank you for your membership to PMPro Setup. That's our website name. Your pro membership is now active. So that's just pulling the membership level name over there. And I said here, thank you for signing up. This is where your confirmation message will appear. If you want, you can even add in images and really make it fancy. It's all up to you, but that's what I've had. So there we go. And then below are some details over here about the membership. And so we've got our invoice. We can print that, and all is looking well. So let's go and view our membership account. And here, members can go ahead and cancel their account if they need to. They can view which level they're on. They can view all membership options. So this is going to open up over here. And so this is if I have multiple levels, they can go ahead and upgrade, downgrade, or change their membership level. Here is my account. I can edit my profile, change my password, everything from here. View past invoices and print them. So it's all working. Now, the question is, if we go back to our homepage, will I be able to view my blog post that I was actually trying to get or view or read? Sorry. So let's go ahead and click on this. And as you can see, that message has disappeared, the one that's stating that we need to log in or register. And I can actually view this blog post. And now this method will work for posts, pages. We have a bunch of other methods, including Gutenberg blocks and shortcodes that you can use to restrict content if you need. It's very versatile. And so I highly recommend you just go ahead and check out our Paid Memberships Pro documentation. Everything is here that you need to do. But that in a nutshell, and let me just go ahead and stop screen sharing. And that in a nutshell is how you can go and set up a basic Paid Memberships Pro membership site in a couple of minutes, even maybe an hour that I've been on here. So I hope that helped, and I hope that demonstrated exactly how to go about doing that. It is highly possible that I have missed something through this webinar episode. So I'd like to encourage you to please get in touch with us either now in the comment section. I'm going to let the video play out for a little while so that we can actually get some of the last comments and questions in, and I can answer them if need be. But if there is anything I missed, and I apologize if I did, please reach out to us on the contact page on our paidmembershipspro.com website, and we will be more than willing to get back to you and answer any questions you have. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this was helpful. And if you haven't already, please go ahead, like this video, subscribe to our channel. We are constantly looking for more videos to offer you and record and stream. So we've got some exciting ones lined up, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.